Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brev. Welcome to the second episode of What Would Brev Do for MLB The Show 22. This is the series where we play an entire ranked seasons game from start to finish, and I talk about what's going through my head the entire time. Here is the squad we're rocking with. It's roughly the same from last episode, although we are now running parallel to Luis Robert in center field, and Buxton's in right now. On the mound, we're going to be using 90 Don Sutton. This is a card I'm excited to try out. Decent early game pitcher, pretty high hits per nine for this point in the year. So we're going to be rocking with him. I don't really have any idea how to use him, so this should be pretty interesting. He got kind of rocked in my first start, but I think it was mostly user error. We're also at 856 rating, so if we win out, we're 3 games away from World Series, which is pretty cool. We took a couple L's on stream last night, a bunch of extra inning close games. So we're 23-2 to start the season out. Hopefully we can find a match relatively fast as we find an opponent right away. Nice. Also should mention quickly, when you're searching for a ranked game, you can actually tap left on the D-pad if you want to restrict your matchmaking. You can kind of pull the meter back to the left, and it'll give you like a stricter matchmaking window, aka people closer to your rating. I like to do that just so I don't match with someone way higher than me or way lower than me. So we are facing live series Charlie Morton, which is definitely terrifying because I'm 3 games away from World Series and this guy's confident enough to throw a gold out there, so he's probably a goon. I've been mixing up different minor league stadiums this year. I think, honestly, playing at Ship It post-elevation nerf is fine. I've played a bunch of road games on Ship It, and I thought it actually played decently well. So I might actually play some more home games at Ship It myself as well. But I've been bouncing between Capitol, Franco, Date Palm, the spring training stadium. We like the variety. So we will see how Don Sutton does against this guy who's probably very good. Honestly, every game we're going to play at this rating is going to be a sweaty game because we're only like a little over a week into the game cycle, so anybody up in the 850s is probably a goon. So, starting off on the bump, Don Sutton, very much a finesse pitcher. From using him in my first start, his best pitch is the screwball for sure, so we're going to try to feature that. He also only throws his four-seam fastball at 91, so far I've learned we kind of want to throw the four-seamer basically never. It's kind of like Valenzuela, where it's almost better just to throw something else. And in my experience so far as well, I have found Sutton's best pitches to be his screwball, like I said, and also his slider. Relative to his hard stuff, his slider is actually thrown with pretty high velo, so you can kind of manipulate bat speed in that way. I like to throw it up a lot too. As we start pitching to lefties, I like to throw the up and in sliders. He had good timing on that one, but just missed under it, I think. But we take the first out of the game. And yeah, these finesse pitchers are kind of tough, especially against good players, because they have a lot more time to react when you're not throwing 98. But to start off the game, we're kind of just feeling out his timing. Just kind of seeing where he's at. He rips that slider up the middle with Tatis. And we might have to start going to the curveballs and the screwballs here just to kind of slow his bat down, since it seems like already 2 batters into the game, he's kind of got the slider timing down. So we will try to throw some more screws and knuckle curves and try to slow his bat down, mess with his timing a little bit. Also a decent spot here if someone's being decently aggressive. Also, he just took a lead there, and he hasn't yet, so I think he's stealing. So we'll do a modified pitch out there. With Don Sutton, we still got him. Nice. So that was a huge, pickup right there. He hadn't taken a step of a lead in any of the first 2 pitches that I threw there. And on that third one, he took a step. Right when I picked my pitch, brought the glove up to my chest, he took a step. So he was trying to tie me up. I could tell he was going to steal. And so we did a modified pitch out there. I didn't really want to step off or pick off or anything because I felt like I could throw him out. So we were able to snipe him there with the perfect throw. And he swings over the hung pitch to make the third out of the inning. So on at the plate for us, we're going to try to be patient. Going to be hard against a guy like Charlie Morton, since I feel like, hitting against a Gold Live Series pitcher is a pretty big advantage for me at this point. And one might be inclined to be a little bit aggressive because everything's going to look juicy, but we'll respect our opponent's ability to pitch with him. We'll try to stay patient early on, and then as we start to get into more later innings, try to use the tendencies we picked up on to take advantage. So already we're in a 3-2 count, and he does go up and in sinker. That's a pretty typical pitch. The problem with Charlie Morton specifically is that his cutter's a lot slower than his sinker, so I couldn't really sit on that and turn and burn, because if he had gone cutter, I would have just swung and missed. So we were hedging a little bit there. He threw it in the absolute perfect spot. Nothing we could do. And I'm pretty happy working a full count first batter of the game. We got to see a lot of pitches, so we will see how his sequencing continues throughout the game. Got to be wary of the slurves inside here and lay off of them. Cutters as well. Morton's pretty good at throwing inside stuff to lefties, so we kind of have to be careful with our plate discipline over here when we're behind in the count. That's a great pitch as well. Gets me to chase. And he throws the ball away. Okay, that does almost never happens. I don't know what happened with him there. But we will take that. Should be 2 outs, nobody on. Now all of a sudden we got a runner in scoring position with Pujols. I'm going to sit inside sinker here. He threw it outside. It's the main pitch that's worked for him so far, so I'm just going to sit on it. And now 3-0, I'm actually going to take at least one pitch because he could just walk us. Yeah, that's a pitch we do not want to swing at. 3-0 for sure. He didn't really have a reason to pitch to us there. He could just set up the double play by walking us, so kind of pitched around us there. And we'll see what he comes with Corey Seager here. 2 sinkers in a row, so he's starting to feature that pitch a lot. Again, we got to lay off the inside. We did not. Another good pitch. So, is this man's first button accuracy game? How? What is going on, dude? He's either getting really unlucky using a system that isn't button accuracy, or he just misfired twice. How strange. Alright, well, I guess we sit inside sinker again and try to turn here with a runner in scoring position. He threw it outside. If this gets to the wall, we may score. Buxton cuts it off, so we will stop at third. And because of his 2 throwing errors, all of a sudden we have a 1-run lead here in the first. This has been one of the weirder games I've played in a long time. But it seems like sit and sinker is going to be a pretty decent strategy against this Charlie Morton. I can recognize everything else pretty easily out of the hand. And then we just got to try to lay off the stuff that's just off the corner when he's got 2 strikes on us. 3-1 here. We're pretty aggressive, but he does not have to throw us a strike for sure. He did end up throwing a sinker in the zone. And we just missed it with our PCI. That's kind of a pitch we want to see, though. Obviously, we don't want to swing at a ball there, but pretty decent pitch to just go ahead and let it rip with 2 runners in scoring position. And we got a 1-run lead, despite only having 1 hit, which was a double. I don't even know if that's a lucky first inning for me. An unlucky first inning for him. I don't know what happened. I probably played 300 straight games without someone making 2 throwing errors in the same inning. That was very strange. Anyway, getting back to the pitching. Again, going to try to feature the slider with Sutton, feature the screwball, his 2 best pitches. Try to keep him honest with the sinker. Essentially never throw the fastball. And we'll try to mix in the knuckle curve. As with pitching with anyone, you're really just trying to manipulate their bat speed. I really like to try to get ahead in the count and then try to get them to chase pitches. That's, not that mind-blowing of a pitching strategy, especially in real life. But some people do like to throw balls early in the count and get people to chase early. But I much prefer to just try to throw good strikes and make contact outs early in the count if I can. That was a bit unfortunate. That ball was way off the plate, and he swung early. And he was still able to hit it for a single. So once again, we're going to work the inside part of the plate here. Again, we're varying our timing to the plate as well. We do not want to give him an easy steal, especially considering Sutton doesn't throw very hard. This pitch is something I was mentioning before I realized he was stealing in the first inning. I really like throwing sinkers like slightly below the zone in double play situations, especially when the opponent is, you know, kind of antsy at the plate. We're going to catch this, I'm pretty sure. Nice. I wanted that sinker lower. It did catch the zone, so we got pretty lucky there. But I really like that pitch, especially in double play situations. Just trying to get him to roll one over. So I don't really know what to throw to Buxton here. He just crushed his sinker, so I kind of want to feature screwball. But he's kind of crushed the sliders that I've thrown as well. So just got to be careful because the screwball is pretty hard to hit. It moves a ton from Don Sutton, but if they do square it up, it's getting destroyed. I've never thrown a screwball that got squared up that wasn't a home run, I'm pretty sure. So we will try to throw this outside and paint him. Wow, beautiful backdoor screwball. You don't say it very often, but you could tell in that at bat we were kind of just trying to throw quality strikes, because that's definitely a big spot. He just crushed one with Bell. We don't want to give him any freebies with Buxton. And from his pitching perspective, you can kind of see just how many sinkers he's starting to throw. So we will have to keep that in mind. He's really throwing a lot of them compared to the normal pitch repertoire of, you know, that Charlie Morton has to offer. Charlie Morton has very good pitches other than sinker, but he's just featuring it a lot. So I think I'm going to sit sinker here first pitch, and hopefully I don't roll over into a double play. And he backdoors a curveball. Disgusting. Still sitting sinker, though. It's going to be a strike. And we were just a little bit late on it. That's a great spot for that pitch. I want to be semi-aggressive in that at bat just because I have the pitcher on deck. We could, you know, maybe get into a second and third situation where I'm then allowed to swing away with my pitcher, maybe get a cheap one. In this situation, in real baseball, you would sacrifice bunt with your pitcher. In the game, I just like to strike out on purpose if there's a force out in play, because too often I bunt into double plays. So we will just eat the one out instead of making two and give ourselves a chance to hit here, and we will sit inside sinker again. Threw that one off the plate. We're pretty lucky we didn't put that in play. We're just trying to, you know, take enough good hacks at the sinker that maybe he gets away from that. Or if he leaves one over the plate, we can take advantage. 3-1 here to Bucks. Definitely sitting inside sinker. Just going to try to turn and burn. We did turn and burn, but unfortunately we were barely over the top of it, man. Such a good swing. But we're getting a lot of information. We've only scored one. We probably should have scored 0 so far. But we're getting good information. You know, he's featuring the sinker a lot, especially in counts where he really needs a strike. That was a very lucky line out for us. So moving forward, that's kind of the pitch we're going to try to take advantage of. We want to make sure we're still staying patient, giving him a chance to make an adjustment, or, you know, we can still pick up on when he likes to throw things other than the sinker. But pretty good strat for us moving forward through the next couple innings. As long as Charlie stays in the game, we're going to try to take advantage. I don't know what to throw here. I'm always so scared to give up hits to the pitcher. We'll throw the high slider, get him swinging. 2 down now. I feel like he might be kind of mad about that pitch, so we'll just throw a ball first pitch and see if he gives us a 1 pitch out. Good take. All right. Sometimes you just got to test them like that, see if they're over anxious. Sometimes if you throw a ball first pitch, they just make a 1 pitch out, and it's easy peasy like that. But it was a 2 pitcher. And we are through 3. Pretty cruising with Don Sutton. Pretty happy with how I've pitched so far this game. Hopefully you guys are learning something, at least with the sequencing and how I'm trying to go about stuff. First pitch circle change was definitely weird for him, so I'm wondering now if he's going to try to pivot away from his main strategy. You can see he went circle change fastball. So now as he works through the second time through our order, he may be trying to mix up his tendencies here. Try to throw less sinkers. We'll have to keep that in mind. Especially someone speedy like Jazz, I'm still going to be patient here. He's basically got to throw one right down the middle for me to take a hack early in the count. 2-2 now. Got to be inside conscious again. We don't want to swing at curveballs and cutters. And he runs one outside from us, which we have not seen. Terrible swing from us. Caught me off guard. And that's a pretty good tunnel from him too, because that's a tunnel where you could like backdoor a curveball or a cutter. So that's why we took a hack there, but we were definitely not anticipating that pitch. And he gets the strikeout as a result. 2-1 here to Pujols. We'll see if he sticks with the sinker strategy or goes away from it. He did throw one inside. Probably something soft away now. Sinker again. All right, maybe he's not mixing up as much as I thought he was. I think we just got to commit to the strategy at this point. Just sit sinker pretty much until he proves us otherwise. Don't want to swing at that one though. That was right on the black. Good pitch. And there we go. I think that's gone. Corey Seager on the sinker. He almost robs us. Thank goodness he did not. And yeah, that's going to be our strat. So he tried to deviate for like 2 pitches, and I think we gave him a little bit too much credit on it. The beginning of this inning. So since he likes the sinker so much, we're just going to sit on it. He's throwing it enough where we're going to see 1 or 2 in a good spot like every at bat. So now we're kind of getting into the mind games part. You know, is he going to warm up the bullpen? Is he going to stop throwing so many sinkers? But for now, this approach has been pretty good for us. I wish I would have stuck to it on the Pujols at bat as well. Another sinker down and in. I need this to leave. Oh, off the top of the wall. That sucks. Only a single. Obviously, we stop at first there. We hit it way too hard. And Acuna has a cannon. And he did spin a cutter middle there that we slowed our bat down for. And unfortunately, we hit a perfect line out to center field. But a great inning from us. Very much an inning where we took advantage of our opponent's tendency, figured out what his favorite pitch is, and just hard committed and decided that we were going to sit on that pitch. And it worked out for us for a couple of solo shots. Very close to 3 solo shots. And so far, so good. Again, slider, screwball, sinker from Sutton. Trying to mix the speeds. Trying to throw the screwballs inside and outside, especially to lefties, just because it's kind of a hard pitch to square up and get the timing on. That was a good swing by him, actually. I think he just missed with this PCI. So since he hit that screwball so well, we'll try to stay away from it for this at bat specifically. We'll try to go to the sliders and sinkers again. You can see I've basically thrown 0 4-seam fastballs with this card. It's just so hard to, even if you fool them, to do anything as a pitcher with a 91 4-seamer. But we go 1, 2, 3 again with Don Sutton. And we need to have a big inning here. Maybe we can knock Charlie Morton out of the game. We'll see if he sticks with the sinker approach yet again. He does. Again, we're sitting on the pitch, but we don't like it out here, especially when he paints us like that. We really want him to try to keep throwing these front door ones like that. That's a pitch I swung at last inning. Probably should have taken a hack again. Good tunnel from him. Luckily, we saw the cutter spin in, so we're able to lay off. And he does throw the sinker right down the middle, but we miss with our PCI. That is unfortunate. I was about to say, too, we needed to be conscious of the sinker high and away, because that's the pitch with 2 strikes that he's gotten the worst swing from us so far this game. So that's kind of what I was looking for. I'm kind of upset I missed that sinker right down the middle, but it is what it is. And now he's trying to work some of his other pitches while he pitches to my pitcher here. Ends up going with the sinker with 2 strikes again. We fly out. Hard to get your pitcher on base in this game. No worries at all. You can see we've already worked 65 pitches here in the 4th. And we're going to continue to stick to the approach here. Sit and sinker, most likely inside. And if he ends up hanging something else, then we'll take a hack. But otherwise, we're just locked in. That one was down and in the middle of the plate. Unfortunately, another ball that's not going to leave. But with Buxton's speed, that's an easy double. and we're just going to stick with it, man. Just sit and sinker. Sometimes this game is complicated, sometimes this game is easy. Until he proves us otherwise, this game is pretty easy for us. Double cutter there, so he's trying. Still got to sit on it, though. I wanted all of that curve. It seems so floaty. Good pitch from him again. So he's really staying away from the sinker now this at bat, which I think is good by him. So we're going to have to hit one of his secondary pitches most likely to get this run home. It's a big take. We do have Pujols on deck. Keep that in mind. And there's that outside sinker again. So I don't know about that tag. I would have just thrown the first with 2 outs. Maybe he forgot there's 2 outs. But that's twice now. 2 of our worst swings the entire game have been on outside sinkers with 2 strikes to lefties. So we definitely will have to make an adjustment and try to take that pitch away from him, or at least make him throw it for a strike. Good first pitch hack from him with Acuna. That's a great pitch that we threw. It's the same one we've been throwing all game. Nothing we could do about it. Tip your cap and move on. I am a little bummed we didn't get Buxton home there, because this is still a very losable game. We left that sinker a little bit too much middle. Can we rob this? We cannot. And all of a sudden, back-to-back solo shots. We've been leading and dominating this entire game. All of a sudden, it's a 1-run game. So these games can turn very fast. That's why it's Annie's early on the low and away slider and hits that out too. Wow. Back-to-back-to-back. That last swing was pretty bad from him. That's really sad. But these things happen fast, man. That's why it's so important. You know, we're taking good hacks with the belly was a rope off the wall. The Buxton was a rope off the wall, and then we weren't able to get either of them home. These things kind of come back to bite you as the game goes on. So all of a sudden, we're in a barn burner of a game. I still don't have an out this inning. He's about 10 feet away from 4 straight solo shots. You can see I mound visit in the middle of that too. Mound visiting gives your pitcher higher confidence, which, you know, it's ambiguous what confidence actually does in the game, but in general, higher confidence equals better. So if we're in, you know, kind of a very strange inning like this one has been, where it seems like everything he's hitting is getting crushed, decent time to mound visit. Keep in mind, if you mound visit, I think twice in the same inning, there's some way where if you mound visit too often, you're forced to take your pitcher out, but the game actually prompts you now for that, which it didn't before. So just keep that in mind. 2 F9s here. Maybe we can escape the 5th with keeping the game tied. Can't believe the game's tied. This really turned so fast. And hopefully we can get one more out and go hit. A bit unfortunate he decided to do this the inning after we hit it with our pitcher too, because we could have, like, if our pitcher was due up this inning, we would definitely pinch hit. But we'll try to get it done with the top of the lineup. Maybe should be trying to throw this guy a little bit more balls too, just to try to make him earn it. I've kind of just been in the strike zone most of the game, so we'll try to get him to fish here. Let's try to throw the sinker inside enough off the plate where hopefully he doesn't hit it out if he has good timing. Good take from him there. We'll try the low and away screwball. We have painted this earlier. Hopefully he's not ready again. And he swings under it. All right, Buxton makes all 3 putouts. He has 3 solo shots, and we're tied going into the bottom of the 5th. And he did actually pinch hit for Morton there, so we'll be seeing bullpen arms for 5 innings here. Hopefully 4 innings, because that means we win.
Your attention, please.
All right, out of the pin, he's using Trinan. So Trinan is very much a velo guy. He's basically Morton, but throws harder. Much harder cutter, too, so I don't think our approach changes very much. I think somebody that sequenced the way he did with Morton would also want to feature a bunch of sinkers with Trinan as well. So we're sticking with the approach yet again. I think we're 0 for 2 on perfects this game. Feels bad. And the reason we're not really changing much up is, like I said, very similar pitch repertoires. I feel like he just can't help but feature sinker as his primary pitch, even with this reliever. So we will sit on it. 2-0. Wanted to just see one there. See if he comes back to it 2-1. He did. Up and away. That's another line out, unfortunately, dude. We're getting a little bad RNG going our way, but it's all right. It's a long game. Our approach is good. We're smoking the ball. We just need to stick with it. Robert's speed makes me want to take 2-0 here, especially belly on deck. Nice little cutter mix-up from him. It's pretty obvious we're not going to get any walks this game. He's not going to let it happen. And we do swing just under the sinker. So unfortunately we go 1, 2, 3 there. Had good or perfect timing all 3 at bats, so can't be upset. Sometimes it'd be like that. We're going to get the pen up just in case this inning gets a little hairy, since now we are pitching in a tied game. Another deep fly out. He's getting pretty unlucky too. I know I've been saying I've been getting unlucky with my swings, but he's had a lot of deep flyouts, which means he's either missing with his PCI slightly or he's getting unlucky. Probably the latter. I do definitely want to try to throw more balls this inning, though. He's getting a little swing happy. And that one was a bit off the plate, but he's able to keep it fair. Now's a great time to try and throw that low sinker, get a double play that I was talking about earlier in the game. He almost swung. I wanted a little bit more outside. For some reason, it's swung at more if it's like not directly middle. Something like that. Unfortunately, that's hit too slow. We're going to have to go to first, and we get nobody out because that animation was atrocious. So I don't know what's going on, man. I try very hard not to complain too much, especially since it's a long game and we got to keep our head in it, but we are struggling on the luck side of things right now, and if this stays fair, we are losing by 3. Man, this game has really turned around fast. All of a sudden, we've given up 6 with Don Sutton. That's definitely a spot where you could argue that I should have gone to the pen there with 2 men on base. And I think after this double, we'll just go ahead and do that. I'm very upset about it. I feel like we were pitching so well for most of this game, and all of a sudden we're going to be fighting just to not let it get out of hand. This is crazy, man. Well, now you guys get to see me play from behind, which is good stuff. We're going to have a lot of work to do. He's most likely setting up his bullpen with that pause. We're really just trying to look for some kind of out here to stem the bleeding. 2 straight innings of giving up 3 runs. We really need to stay as a 6-3 game. Strikeout would be huge. Good take from him. Try to run the slider off the plate since we got 1 more ball to give. Accidentally left it in the plate. And let's try to go up and in. We haven't thrown this once. This is scary. We do get him late. That's a pitch I don't throw very often if I think my opponent's good, because good players will turn on that up and in fastball, so I really try to save it for a time where I really need it. But it's a scary pitch to throw in general. Need 1 more out. I don't know how he didn't swing that with that animation. Kind of weird. Still trying to feel out his timing. That was destroyed. Seemed like he was all over Joe Nathan too, so we'll probably have to go to a different reliever next inning. Trout into Tatis will go lefty. I think it's a good spot for Hader. So we'll get Hader and Williams up. Again, we're not going to change our approach, man. He's very intent on what he wants to do on the mound, so we've taken good hacks, we've taken good at-bats. Now, if he wants to mix up, we'll see what he does. But for now, we're still sitting sinker. I don't know how I fouled that. That was the worst swing of all time. No sinkers this at bat, so he may be pivoting here. There's one, and I just missed. Dang it, man. The PCI is just a little bit off there. bottom 6 here. We are on the ropes.
And now, Mike Piazza.
Now batting. The catcher, Mike Piazza.
Threw that one off the plate. So he's countering us a little bit. I think that might have been accidentally a ball, but if that was intentional, that's a great pitch, and it means that he's picked up on what we're doing. So we got a lot to work through the next couple innings if he is actually adjusting here. That's crushed to second. Unfortunately, a little bit on top. And unfortunately, we go 1-2-3 yet again. We could double switch here, but I'm not going to. I don't really want to burn a bench bat before I know what reliever he's going to go with, since he's going to pinch hit here too. I was going to say he should go with a righty as well, since he probably knows that I want to go lefty. So we'll go lefty after this at bat. And we get a nice early fly out here to center field. And now we will go lefty for Trout and Tatis, since our odds are a little bit better against both of them. Guys that have reverse splits, like Trout and Tatis, I generally just like throwing the lefty at them. I'd much rather play the attribute game than try to pitch right on right. So that was off the plate. I'm surprised he hit it that far. We're, I guess, getting lucky again with these deep flyouts. And I need to remind myself, I've struggled to actually do it so far, but gotta throw more pitches outside the zone against this guy right now. I try to get that one outside, and I miss my spot, and he's literally just letting it rip first pitch every at bat, and is taking good hacks. Can't really knock him, man. The approach is working. I tried to throw that for a ball, and I messed up the pinpoint. And man, we've scored 3 through 6, and we're going to have to figure out how to score 4+ in our last 3 innings. Get the out. Time to go hit. We'll see what reliever he goes with. We will also get Chapman up from the left side, since we're going to be pinch hitting. We'll have Williams and Chapman up. He probably goes righty
Your
here.
attention, please. Now,
Lou Trevino.
Lou Trevino.
Not a card I was expecting to see at all, and not a card I've faced yet this year. This is a bronze, by the way. So despite having a really gross pitch mix, he can get hit around. And I'm pretty sure historically his cards have had pretty poor control. Another card that also features a sinker cutter dynamic. So overall, I don't know if we'll need to change our approach very much, but we'll see. Dots a sinker first pitch. Alright, that's a bad swing from us. Definitely a ball we should be taking. Man, this guy's pitches are disgusting. Hello? Wow. We are kind of lost at the plate here, and we've got to figure it out. Terrible at bat from us. I'm going to try to take some pitches here and get the feeling back for everything. Gave him a little bit too much credit with the control, I think, when he dotted that first pitch sinker. Should have trusted myself that Trevino's going to have a hard time throwing quality strikes. 3-1 here to Buxton. Considering we're down 4, we take all day here. We'll see what he throws. Nice little cutter down and away. And now I think we got us hit sinker inside. He went slurve and hung it, thankfully, right into our PCI. So we connect there. The perfect finally leads to a hit. And now we're only down 3. Probably sinker here since he just got rocked on a slurve. And it was, but he missed. So, yeah, his control's been a little iffy with this Trevino so far. So we got to look for crucial mistakes early in the count and overall just be a little bit more patient. 3 straight sinkers there.
Next one off the plate inside. 2-2. Next offering is foul back.
That like barely moves.
One down, base is empty.
Another sinker. We go down and get it. Perfect in the gap. I didn't know if that one was going to land at first. Jazz with the double. We obviously don't go to third here. That'd be silly. And we'll see if Pujols can get this run home. It would be huge. And this is a spot where he should for sure be maybe considering moving away from Lou Trevino here.
definitely looking to do some more
I find it hard to believe he's going to continue to spam sinkers.
That misses. 2-1.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
1 out and a runner at second. Swing
Oh,
and a
it's
miss.
so slow.
Out.
Dang it. The only one I hit was hung.
Seager stands
Just got to be able to take that pitch. I just haven't seen this card maybe ever.
Corey.
That's in there for strike 1.
Some guys are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care.
Still sitting sinker early.
Now he
I
steps
feel like we
off
can
and
crush
gets it back
one.
to second. Here's the 0-1.
Change up cutter. We did crush one. I need this to leave. Please get out. All right, Corey Seager barely over the wall. Gives us life, man. We sit sinker like we have all game. Pays off. 1-run game now. Huge counterattack from us in the bottom of the 7th. This is a massive inning. And he's probably considering going to a different bullpen arm at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
I'm going to check his bullpen as well because I think he's thrown nothing but righties out of the pen so far, and I want to see who he has left. So he's only got 1 righty left, and it's Rob Dibble who is tired. So this is basically it from him from the right side. So what this tells us is that moving forward, especially when we get to our pitcher spot, when we have to pinch hit, we're probably going to have to go to a righty. Or if he has a righty in, we'll go lefty, and then we're fine countering and burning 2 bench bats, knowing that he's basically his only non-silver or bronze pitchers he has left are Dibble and Chapman. So we'll keep that in mind. Clearly, Devin Williams is his closer here, his best pitcher, so he's bringing him in a high leverage spot here. Devin Williams, not the best control either, though, so especially in a 2-0 count here. Going to be pretty selective. Going to be interesting to see what he throws with him, too. I would like to see as many pitches as I can from this Devin Williams because it's the first pitcher he's used all game that does not feature a sinker. And, you know, obviously, as we've been working through this one, sinker has been his go-to. So, what will he throw 3-2 here? Screwball. Hard to square up. Williams throws a really hard screwball. We've got to be very conscious of the cutters outside. It's people's favorite pitch with Williams. Another screwball. Close enough where I took a hack. Still late on it. Maybe he goes fastball because I've been late. He buries a changeup and we work the walk. Huge here, man. We could consider stealing as well. Williams has a very slow delivery to the plate. I don't know if I want to run myself out of the inning, though, with belly up. This is a massive at-bat. This is tough for me as the hitter, though, because I do not know what he wants to throw. Again, no sinker from Williams. Maybe I'll just sit slow cutter. 3-1. Gotta be hacking here. Not a place to be patient for sure. 4-seamer. We send the runner here. 3-2, 2 outs. He goes screwball. We just miss. I felt like I saw that one a little bit better.
Here comes a 3-2. Fought off foul.
Fastball makes sense there. We've been late twice. I wonder if he goes cutter now.
3-2.
Screwball again. This is a battle right here, dude. If we put one in the gap, it's tied.
Left-hand hitter waits.
Great backdoor cutter, man. Oh, he absolutely dotted every pitch he needed to. That at bat. So unfortunate, man.
So here comes the big lefty.
Oh, I wish we would have tied the game instead of being down by 1 still, because the momentum would be a lot different if the game was tied. But can't really be upset, man. We did what we needed to do. That Corey Seager home run was massive. We put ourselves within striking distance. And now for us to win, we absolutely need to keep pitching. You can see I went lefty there out of the pen. Again, Lindor switch hitter, in my opinion, worse versus lefties because he's got less power. And we're not on legend. Acuna is the one we got to worry about as he takes it. I think that was off the plate again for a double. So this is tough right now, man. And then this guy's worse against lefties too.
hitter's got some good
Josh
opposite
Bell.
field power. What I
the
like
first
about
baseman.
something
So we
being
need
out
a
to
big
the
inning
right
from
side
Chapman
in the
here.
outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not
I need
he
to
can
start throwing this
score
guy
on
more
that base hit.
balls, like I've been saying. I'm trying to get these just off the plate. And that's a bait you'll see people try very often. So if you can, just go to first on that play. He's trying to bait me into like pump faking and going back to second. And this is obviously a big enough spot here where we have to go righty. We just can't allow him to go Buxton versus a lefty here with a runner in scoring position. It's too big of a spot. So even though we may hopefully only get one out of Devin Williams, this is absolutely the spot to bring him in.
Buxton stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
Try to run this cutter off the plate and just hope he doesn't get a hit out of it.
Man at second.
And then I think I maybe want to challenge him up and in with the fastball since it worked last time.
And one in scoring position.
He was late but fouls it off. Dang it. Alright, let's try to bury the screwball one time just to see.
Next one misses.
Good take from him.
Now 2-2.
And now we'll go back outside with the cutter just because it's worked so far. And we get him swinging early. Huge out from Devin there. We're down by one going into the bottom of the eighth. Again, only one out from our Devin Williams, which is sad. But it's the out that we needed. We'll probably go Class A next inning. But first things first, we need to get the bats going. So based on how that inning went last time, we picked up on the fact that he likes the screwballs with 2 strikes and that he got the worst swings from us on fastballs. So we kind of have to have a bit of a fast bat here. See if he goes inside fastball. Low change. He's pitched us outside 3 times in a row here. This is a tough spot because the cutter's so slow.
Next pitch is outside.
Dang. I'm just missing that screwball, man. It's so hard to square up. 4-seamer, there it was. Very good spot, obviously. Does he double up here? Throw it inside, maybe. He went cutter. We went down and got it. Piazza ties the game. I wish I could say I was sitting cutter there, but I got lucky and reacted and jammed my PCI to the corner.
The left fielder, number 10.
Tied at 7, man. We come all the way back.
Your attention.
And now he's got Chapman going. So this makes our pinch hit very easy. Obviously, he's locked into Chapman with the 3-batter minimum.
Good eye right there.
So we'll just go righty, probably Soriano. And I do want to see some pitches from Chapman as well. Again, another guy, not the greatest control. You know, he's thrown Williams, not the greatest control.
Is in for a strike.
Did fall behind in several counts. And again, Chapman's not a guy that has a sinker either. So these takes look kind of bad with the game on the line, but I really want to see what he likes to throw. And that's an absolute dot where we just got completely bailed out. We're finally getting the luck to turn around for us, dude. That's why we say it's a long game. And we definitely go Soriano here, and hopefully we can take the lead in this at-bat.
And this is a big at-bat in this ball game. First offering, misses
I
the
think
ball.
I sit fastball here.
Gotta stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best
I want it to be more in the middle of the plate, though.
Next offering is in for a
2
strike.
absolute dots from him.
May see some movement over there at first base. Try to stay out of
Try to
the
triple
dirt
up.
there.
We were all over it. Now we got to look out for the slider on our front foot here. Pretty typical there. I think I just have to swing inside. If it's a slider, I'm going to strike out, but I can't get beat late here. So we're just going to turn and burn.
At the belt and fires.
All right, he went outside.
They try to get him to
Could send
go.
the runner here. I'm going to, actually.
Running away, but
It's
he would
worth.
fight.
And now the lefty. Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner.
And we're just early on the slider. Very bad PCI. We obviously go back to first. That's a decent spot to hit and run there for me, I think. So that's why we sent the runner. I know I've got Buxton on deck, but hit and run with a ball in the gap, and we're
Buxton.
up by 1.
Having any success against him.
There's
He is dotting these splitters, man, making it really hard for me. Great pitch. That's the pitch I'm worried about, but I have to just commit because I can't get beat inside with a fastball. Bit of an easier take since that was high. Splitter right down the middle, and I missed again, dude. Oh my god, twice this game. He's thrown it like just off center. Dang, that was a hanger. He is really dotting well with Chapman. This is impressing me, honestly. For as bad as his control is, he is absolutely painting me. Pretty typical sequence there. Triple up would have been super weird. We maybe were safe if we went there, but it's not worth the risk. Got to be conscious of the inside fastball here for sure. He went inside splitter, another dot. We go to the 9th, tied. Man, I've had so many of these games lately, dude. I mentioned at the beginning, couple of extra inning ones for me last night. I took the L in both of them, so I'm feeling actually a little bit nervous and not confident in a spot like this. So far, hasn't worked out for us this year. We go Class A here because he's the guy I trust the most, essentially, is the reason. Handedness play a factor, you know, to an extent. And that is unfortunate, man. I think he was late sided good there. Takes it dead center. Overall, a good swing, man. And we got a little bit too much of the plate there. I wanted that a little bit higher from Emmanuel. Absolutely deflating first batter of this inning. That's not what you want to see in a tight game, him just taking the lead on the first swing of the inning. Try to stay outside against him since he just turned on that last cutter. Get him swinging early there. So I think we will have to pitch him outside with Clase. I wish we would have gotten that information before we were losing. And we're going to have to get 2 more outs and then come up real clutch in the 9th.
He's a guy who does it all. Clase back to work.
That is also not a strike. And it ends up being a double, maybe even a triple because we can't get the ball in. Wow, that is so unlucky, man. Unbelievable, dude. God. All right, we have to go infield in here, obviously, to try to prevent this second run from scoring. This is such a bad spot. I need to mound visit as well. Get the confidence. And just hope he hits a ground ball right at someone. Not like that. We got to go to first for the out. Oh, we had no play at the plate there, man. Another bad swing on a ball off the plate, dude. Generates a run. Wouldn't have been a run if we could have got the ball in with Buxton. I got to stop complaining and figure out how I'm going to win this game. Early again. We go to the 9th. The good news is he's only got Chapman or a tired Dibble or silvers or bronzes, so we have a chance. It's not like we're facing goon squads. I wonder if he goes with tired Dibble here. He did actually go lefty. Interesting. So let's take a look at our bench. See if there's any moves we need to make. I don't think I pinch hit for Seager, but maybe Belly gets pinch hit for if we get there. And Loop does have a sinker, so we may have to go back to our approach earlier in the game. Do want to be patient, though. Obviously, we need at least a base runner to tie the game.
And another ball. 2-2 now.
Okay, 3-2. I have to imagine this is a sinker almost every time. It was. We went up and got it. Is it out? Okay. Oh, that extra run he scored is such a big deal, man. Pujols goes the other way. 1-run game. Does he go sinker again? Good slurve. In the perfect spot. There was sinker again. We're all over it, but just over the top. Good swing from us, man. We're sitting on it. We got it. Blue Bob needs to come through for us here. This guy is dawning my life away, man. This is insane. Oh, just early.
Here's the 0-2.
Good pitch. Very lucky to foul that.
Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. Next one in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Foul ball there. The pitch.
No, that's low.
That's a disgusting pitch, man. I can't take it. It's so close to backdooring me. I have to swing. All right, I think we have to pinch hit for Belly here. It's too big of a spot to have 60 contact up. I think we go Josh Bell too, since he can go righty if he wants to, and this is a straight swap defensively if we make it to extras. So Josh Bell is the move here for our last out.
And he deals. Now a check swing, but he held up. The next pitch misses. Now 2-0.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work
3-0 with Piazza on deck. What do I do here? Should have let it rip. He's obviously not going to walk me. That's in the gap. And it's a Josh Bell double. Do I have anyone that can pinch run and play first base? I think I go Edmonds, right? Edmonds can play first. That leaves me with 1 bench bat. But it's fine. Because the only righty he has is Dibble. This is probably thinking way too far ahead anyways. Yeah, we pinch run with Edmonds for sure. Piazza, the hero last inning. He could go Dibble here, the righty, or he could walk us. Because Reynolds hits lefties worse. Lots of decision making for him here too. This is so intense, man. What will he do? Dibble's a very real possibility considering he only needs 1 out. And there it is. I think we have to sit Cutter this at bat. He's going to be pitching scared. It's a slider, and we piece it up perfectly, but right at the second baseman, man. Oh, brutal way to end the game. Overall, a great game, though, man. I am just taking fat L's in these close late inning games this year. But that's definitely worthy of posting. That was an insane game. A lot to be learned there. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you learned something, if you have any questions about what happened in the gameplay. Not the most favorable game for us throughout it all, but still a great game. We played our hearts out. I can't believe we've taken 3 L's already this year. It's crazy. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see y'all next time.